Good morning, lawn lovers. BW here. It's August 9th today, and you might remember that I said that I was considering applying a fall application of Pre-Emergent weed preventer this year, hoping to control some late-season weeds that have been popping up in my lawn every fall. Well, I'm always trying to find ways to improve the appearance of my lawn, so I'm excited to try fall weed prevention this year. Fall Pre-Emergent is often applied to lawns farther south of me, but not in northern areas where I live. They call it a split application. If you want to, you can apply enough weed preventer in the spring to last the whole season, but it's hard to find convenient products for do-it-yourselfers like us to use. Most products available to us contain enough weed preventer to last most of the summer. In a way, that's good, because it allows us to overseed our lawns in the fall if needed. Many people in the middle states have tall fescue lawns, which are commonly overseeded every fall because tall fescue doesn't spread fast enough to heal damaged areas like Kentucky bluegrass can in the northern states. I've been told that some professional applicators offer fall pre-emergent service to their customers in the north, but few customers ever want to pay for it. In August, weeds start popping up in my lawn after the spring application is worn off, with Oxalis and spotted spurge being the worst offenders. In late August, Annua begins to germinate here, also known as annual bluegrass. It's an annual weed that pops up in the fall, overwinters, blooms in the spring, and drops its seeds as it dies off in the summer heat. The seeds start the process all over again in the fall. The only way to stop this weed is to dig it out by hand before it seeds, or use fall pre-emergent. It's recognizable by its small white seed heads. You may even see some of these seed heads in the fall, if you had a mild summer. In the past, I've always spot sprayed the weeds that came up in the fall, when the weed preventer wore off, but I had to pull a Annua I found by hand. So the question is, whether to spot spray or prevent. The advantages of prevention are that I will never even see any weeds in my lawn, and it will also prevent Annua from germinating. The advantage of spot spraying weeds in the fall is that it can be much less expensive. I would say that both methods require about the same amount of effort. You should apply your fall application when your spring application wears off and just before Annua germinates in your area. You can track Annua germination at greencastonline.com. The rate at which I applied my spring pre-emergent claims to give me 3 to 4 months of protection, wearing off around the middle of August. That's next week for me, and more importantly, before Annua germination here. For pre-emergent applications, weighing the amount of product you use on each section of your lawn is important. Too little or too much product affects how long the weed preventer lasts. For this application, I'll only need to use enough to last 2 months. That will cover the rest of August, September, and early October. I will only need to use 2/3 of the amount I used in the spring. So this application will be less expensive. Always read the product label of the pre-emergent you decide to use. It will tell you what rates to use, how long it'll last, and how to apply it safely. This product contains an excellent fertilizer, but not enough to replace my fall fertilizer application. So I'll still apply my fall fertilizer in September. There are some products available to professional applicators that can last long enough to cover the fall application, but they're not generally available to non-professionals. Don't apply this on any parts of the lawn you intend to repair or overseed this fall, because it will also prevent grass seed from germinating and sod from rooting in properly. If you have a few small spots to fix here and there, you can throw down pieces of cardboard or something else over the damaged areas and apply as usual. I like to apply half of the product in one direction and the other at a right angle to the first application, in a checkerboard pattern, to ensure even coverage. It might have been nice if I had planned this experiment last year and shot this video last fall. Then I could tell you how it worked out for me. Well, that's exactly what I did, and I can tell you that it worked out extremely well. There was no spot spraying for me this year. I had no fall weeds and never saw any Poa Annua. It was amazing. I will now use fall pre-emergent in my lawn care routine every year. Now get out there and have some fun on your lawn. And remember, you can do it.